Wow, it's amazing. So we are happy also to host you in the studio of Natural Television. Allow me, first of all, to ask you to give us a brief explanation, a brief history of ONSAN.
ONSAN esasen 1977 kuruluşu.
Like ONSAN group, we established from, it carried out their works from 1978, but it's officially started from 2006. And after this started, we did very great work. Especially, we started very great work with South Africa, and we did so many projects in there. Especially, we did a great projects in the time of people, and then we worked with Burkina Faso. And we did a great and another different projects, especially technical and construction projects in Burkina Faso. And now we are doing very good projects in Angola. And we started almost 40,000 housing construction for soldiers, army in Angola. And the ONSAN group, we love really so much the Africa, and we love so much the places and the countries of Africa. We want to more construction and technological work with African countries.
It's very impressive, Aisha. It's really very impressive,
yes,
with the work ONSAN they are doing in Africa.
Yeah.
So impressive.
It's so great, and by this appointment, actually, I'd like to ask you, what's the aim and why you choose to work on the abroad, and on what basis, actually?
Evet, yurt dışında çalışmayı arzulamamızın sebebi.
The main aim of our, construction company ONSAN to work in abroad, because we normally love to work in abroad, and as like other company, of course we are working for our, to build our business in abroad, for our to create our own business and to create our own career in this area. But this is also true. We really love to work this issue. We want to develop those things for both of countries, especially our country, Turkey. And as we said before, like we are working now in Angola, and we are doing many projects with Angolian country, and we also have a plan to do more business and more construction work in other African countries.
Okay, thank you very much. In that case, with so many projects you are having in Africa, in Angola, I would like to know the details. What are, we said doing those homes or with military. I would like to know what are the other details, works you are doing in Africa, and even the plans of the other programs and the works would you like to start to do in Africa. And after Angola, which country are you interested to work with in Africa?
Esas da Angola bizim için yeterince.
This is true. We are doing a very great business and construction work with Angola, but it doesn't mean like we are only focusing Angola. It's only for just a purpose of work. There is nothing other purpose. Just only for business and construction. But yeah, we have a plan to work other African countries. We got offered from Gabon. We got offered also from Ghana Democratic country, and also we have a plan to other African countries. And now we have a joint project with China Energy Group, and we are doing very great work with them, especially to implementation policy in technology and construction work.
As an addition, I want to ask you again, if you said that you wanna work in another abroad, maybe in another country, but if you think that you will have another plan to focus in another affairs, which means you're going to focus on other works. Do you have another plan or new plan, not just focus on instruction or something like that? Do you have another plan for another project?
Şimdi firmamızın biraz önceki sohbeti.
As we talk, as I talked before, we established our group, construction group ONSAN. for a purpose of business and construction inside Turkey and abroad. And we started our work by the first project, Turkey East Bankasi. I mean Turkish East Bank. This was the very great project in Turkey, and what we did, and it was our first project. And we also work in Angola with BTB and also Standard Bank, with the Russian bank. We worked in Angola, and that's the way. Even also we are very famous to build villas, steel villas in abroad and also inside Turkey. And we built so many villas in Turkey. Even we have so many offer to establish those kind of villa in African countries.
It's so impressive once again. But working abroad is not something easier. First of all, being a Turkish company working in Africa, it's not. I don't think it is an easier work. So I would like to know, what are the challenges are you facing by working abroad? I know cultural difference, I know economic differences, but what are the faces do you face, and how do you encounter them? How do you manage to overcome them and still working?
But don't forget, Camilos, when we talk about facing problem or facing challenges, we need to focus on precautions that you have been taken to protect your company. As you know, it's the biggest company, and it's still facing a lot of problems. So how is going about the precautions? Yes, prevention to protect your system, your rhythm of your work.
It is very much important for us actually the security of that specific country, even also in which organization we are making agreement and making contract is also important for us. It's of course our issue of our inside company, but as I told, this is important to make secure our company in abroad, and also to protect and to precaution before to make a business in abroad. Even it's very important to make a secure business in abroad, for not only for our business and construction company, but also for our state country. For example, in Angola, we are doing in our army, I mean defense sector, housing sector for them, and they are very disciplined, and those kind of disciplines is very important for us to make a business in that particular country.
So it's amazing with the work you are doing, but I would also want to know, so there are some people in our viewers who are here in Turkey, who are in Africa, who would like to join ONSAN to work with you. Sometimes others should maybe wishing to invest in Africa or the other part. So as an expert who has been working in Africa for 13 years, what are your guidance, your advices to both those who want to join you to work with you and those who want to start their business in Africa and abroad, working abroad?
To work in Africa, especially I want to say in Angola, it's nothing like to say that I have so much money, I have so much power. I mean, it will be nothing to make a work or to make a good work in or good business in Africa. They have a very good discipline to make an agreement with a foreign company. Especially the world, they doesn't know about the Angola, their behavior, their thinkings and the discipline area. The world doesn't know. Even it is not important for Angola person to introduce them to the world, like okay, the world comes and to know us, because they are very working people, very industrious people, and very lovable person and affable person. That's why, and it's normal because they are working.
Oh, it's impressive. The work is really amazing, and some people didn't really know a good those compliments about Angola. So if it is a country which is disciplined, where the business is running, but Aisha would like to know, as a businessman, we always work for money. We need to for the profit. So I think this might be the secret, but I would like to know how do you evaluate the progress of the work you are doing in Africa? Is it really profitable? Is Is it somewhere you can just rush and immediately make a profit, a very quickly profit? Or how is it the progress, or it takes time to wait, or how is the progress of the work you're doing?
ONSAN yatırımcı bir kurum.
So ONSAN group, the construction group is the focus on investing, especially in abroad. As I said, like in Angola, we have also the furniture house, and we are providing, I mean, like exporting that kind of furniture from Turkey to Angola.
Okay, actually, I'd like to ask you another question, but it's personally kind of. It talks about, for example, I can stop myself to ask you about what is the key of your success as a businessman, especially, and can you resume it just in two key, like two elements? Because when I take a look for your history, your career, you have the biggest shirkat here in Turkey, in Angola, in Istanbul. So I can't stop myself to ask, what is the just two elements or two key for your success?
We are try to learn from the failure of others, and it is very important to accept the failures, like and we accept it, and in that way ONSAN is always in a top level, and they accept their failure, they acknowledge this failure, and they are try to learn on this kind of failure and work for their progress in future. It is not important like we are going to some country like for 2 days and come back from that country. For example, like we are working with Angola, and seriously, I mean really now Angola is our like home country. We feel like a citizen of Angola because we love that country. We are working with them.
So it's very amazing. Now you have become an Angolian. I think you will be even speaking some Portuguese, because they speak Portuguese in Angola. So it has been amazing to host you on Natural Television. We would like to we wish you all the best in the work you are doing, and also we wish that you grow up from Angola to Gabon, to Ghana, to Senegal, to the whole continent of Africa, and we would also give you a platform to once again tell our viewers your advices and your words before we close the sessions.
Angola lisanını bilmiyorum. Portekiz çünkü. İngilizce anlaşıyorum.
I don't know Portuguese, but we are actually making our communication in English. However, Angola to me is not actually like an African country. As I said, like Angola is not an African country, even if it is an African country, but I still love it. I still love it like my country. In previous time when we are working in Turkey, we normally take, we work for a villa to build and construct the villas in Turkey, and it takes by car almost 10 to 15 hours. But now, like if we even want to go to Africa, we can go like 5 to 10 hours to Africa.
So with the work, as we have been saying, working abroad as a Turkish person, as a Turkish company, of course, it benefits both the two regions, Africa and Turkey. I would like to know to which extent does the work just benefit Turkey and even to Africa? What are the percentage of the benefit and the return between the two parties and the two regions?
Which means you mean Camilo's the return of your investment to Turkey?
To Turkey.
To
Yes.
Turkey.
Yes.
Angola'da konut açığı çok var.
In Angola, we have a lot of projects because for housing company and for housing staffs, like they need housing for army, for navy, for normals as usual soldiers, and even also for commanders. They need housing, and what we are doing for Angola, we're focusing on this housing sector, and they need almost 300,000 housing company for Angola. And as the ONSAN group, we are focusing from Turkey 10,000 housing, and we are making contract with Angola for this 10,000 housing. For Angola, it's not like Africa that I said before. In 100 or 200 years ago, Angola, and now Angola is not the same. It's totally different. The Angolas, they are now focusing on steel. They are focusing on so many fabrics. They are focusing on construction. So it's a totally different like what we know about Africa. So it's important to know Angola so much, to know Angola deeply. It's not like the as usual we know about Africa. I would like to also say that this we are making business with Angola. It's not only for benefited for Angola. It's also benefited for us because we are doing business with them, and this business also help us so much because we are getting benefited through this construction way and through this housing company that we are doing with Angola.
So it has been nice to host you on Natural Television. We really thank you very much, and we hope even next time you are going to come back, where we shall be together just sharing the experiences, and we also wish you the best to grow up, the company to grow up, just live to be in Angola, go to the other part of Africa, to Rwanda, to South Africa, to Zimbabwe, to Gabon, to Morocco, to Seychelles, to Tunisia. So we wish you all the best.
Me too. Actually, I'm sharing the same feelings with Camilo. I'm so happy to meeting you today, sir. And it's so great to mix the culture and to mix the culture with the economy. They are two topics that result the success as we see now by your biggest company. I'm so happy to meet you again.
I also thank you so much to invite me in this television, and I think these things is really benefited for us, not only for the television, it's also benefited for us, and it's really happy things for us to be here and to talk on our company. Thank you so much.
So we thank you very much for keeping up with the Natural Television as we were hosting ONSAN company, one of the biggest company in construction and the different work in Turkey. We have been having a very good time with the owner, experiencing challenges, the possibilities, and all the work they are doing. And I'm thanking you very much, Aisha, for being with us on the TV.
Thank you so much, Camilos. Like that, we finish our program today. It's so great to be with you, and keep on touch for much more actualities always on Natural TV, Ankara, Turkey.
And Natural TV, Ankara, Turkey. Ciao, shalom.